Today I'll be showing you how to do a check and a top off on your antifreeze / coolant on a 2023 Mazda CX-9. This will be identical on any 2016 to 2023 Mazda CX-9, and honestly it should be very similar on any car. First step is to pop the hood and lift it up with your pop shaft. Now here's your radiator cap right here. Never open this on a hot engine. Hot coolant will come spewing out of there and you will be burned. In fact, the only time that you would ever need to open this is if you're doing a flush or a drain and fill, and then you'd want to fill directly into the radiator. So what we're going to use here today is this. This is your reservoir cap. If you look right there, it says 16 psi. So your coolant system is under pressure. The reason for that is it helps to increase the boiling points of the fluid. This is what we want. This is the reservoir cap. If you look closely there, it says coolant. This is just a transparent plastic tank. If we look down here, there's an F and an L for full and low, of course. And you can see that my fluid level is just above that L there, but I want to get it closer to the full line. Now, you don't want to overfill. Overfilling fluids is not as bad as being too low on your fluids, but it can lead to problems of its own. So what I'll probably do is I'll fill it maybe, an inch lower than that full line. Now make sure, of course, that you're not on a hill, that you're on level ground. And these lines here are meant to be used when you have a cold engine. When you have a hot engine, the fluid level will change a little bit. So to get the most accurate reading, do it on a cool engine. All right, so here's the fluid that I'm going to use, guys. This is the OEM Mazda fluid. It's just a type FL22 fluid, nothing too special about it. Let's see if I can focus here on the ingredients for you. It's just a ethylene glycol mix. This is a green color coolant. There's orange coolants, there's blue coolants, there's green coolants. It's a good idea not to mix coolants. There's a lot of off-the-shelf ones out there that say they'll work on any model and make. While that may technically be true, it's not a good idea to mix the different colors. The different color fluids will absorb heat at a different rate, and the engineers for your car chose a specific coolant for a certain reason. I find it best not to try to second guess them. Yes, in an emergency scenario, could you use it? Yes. Could you use general, tap water in an emergency? Sure. What you typically want to do is just stick with whatever color coolant and type of coolant that your manufacturer recommends. Most off-the-shelf ones that are pre-mixed are a 50-50 mix. Mazda, for some reason, uses 55-45 mix. So the whole idea behind coolant, guys, is you mix it with just plain water in your engine, and it increases the operating range of that water. So obviously water freezes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 Celsius, and it boils at 100 degrees Celsius or 212 Fahrenheit at sea level. This will increase significantly the point at which the fluid freezes, as well as could boil. You don't want your fluid to boil, obviously, or you could risk overheating your motor. On the back, it actually tells you, let's see if I can get it to focus again. It tells you that this fluid boils at 265 degrees Fahrenheit and will freeze at negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's using a 15 psi cap. So this car uses a 16 psi cap. So that pressure in the system helps to increase that temperature that it will boil at. Most cars, when they're running like normally, you're going to be operating at around 190 to 195 degrees coolant temp. If you start sneaking above 200 to maybe 210, maybe you're doing some towing or you're climbing a mountain pass in the summertime, that's fine for a brief period of time. Once you get to about maybe 230 on the gauge, that's where you really risk, overheating the motor. You don't want to be that high for very long at all. At that point, either something's wrong or you're just working the motor way too hard and you probably need to stop. Okay guys, so hopefully that info helps you out. At this point, go ahead and pick out your favorite funnel. Me guys, I always keep several funnels on hand. I would highly recommend using a funnel. If you do spill coolant on paint, it can ruin your paint. So you want to clean that off quickly. Usually I have one funnel just for oil and then all sorts of other funnels for other types of fluid, but I always wipe them out first, make sure there's no residue from the last fluid I used. So you just pull that cap off. And let's see here, can I get that one in there? I don't really want to pull this all the way out, but I think in this case I might have to. So I'll just lay it on a piece of paper towel here, so I'm not getting any coolant on anywhere it shouldn't be. There we go. Now, a jug of coolant like this, this one I paid about $27 at my local Mazda dealership. I've seen them online for less, but then you got to pay for shipping and then obviously weight. There are other makes out there. I would suggest if you do go with a different brand, just make sure that it says it's either specifically for certain year Mazdas or whatever car that you have. And in this case, it should be a green color. Oh, one more thing. If you do buy a concentrated jug, then you'll need to mix it yourself. Make sure you use a deionized water for that. The reason being is the extra minerals in normal tap water could lead to increased rust or some sort of scale or corrosion over time. So you just want to get as much of that out of the system as possible. Brand new coolant has rust inhibitors in it, but they do wear out over time. One of the reasons why you want to change it every now and then. All right, let me try that little adapter there. See if that'll, there we go, hold a little better. So you do want to be careful, of course, not to overfill. I don't know if you can see that green color coming out there. So that's the color of the new fluid, guys. It's a green color. I would say kind of a lightish green, I guess. It's got a little bit of a dark hue to it. But that's what brand new coolant should look like. As it starts to age, it will change color a little bit. And I always use a funnel, guys. I can't stand it when I see guys not using funnels and they're spilling fluid all over the place. This fluid in particular, it is toxic. If any pets or anything try to drink it, they could die. Coolant used to have a sweet smell to it, so pets would sometimes go towards it and drink it. I don't think modern day coolant does have that sweet smell to it anymore, but you still just want to be careful not to spill. Like I said, if it gets on paint, it will harm the paint, so you want to clean up any spills as quickly as you can. We're almost there, guys. I'm just going to do a little bit more here. And even me trying to be careful here, a little bit spilling down the side. Part of that's me doing slow pours. Alright, so that's good. That's where I'm going to say it's full. And that's really it, guys. This is a super simple thing to do. You know, I would probably do it every winter and summer. That's when you really want to make sure that you have the proper levels of coolant in your car. You do not want to be stranded anywhere. If you do have to, in an emergency scenario, yep, right where I want it, you can put any old water in the system, you know, tap water, whatever. But ideally, you are going to use some sort of purified water, deionized water or something like that. And if you just wanted to do a straight water like top off, you could. However, if you want to keep the proper mixture, then I would recommend getting either a pre-mixed fluid, or if you're doing a whole like drain and fill, you can certainly buy the concentrate to try to save a little bit of money. and then you have to mix the fluid yourself. Just cleaning up any light spills there. Alright, so hopefully this helped, guys. It's a really simple thing to do. Again, you don't need to do it often, but it's just one more skill. You know, you never know when it could save you. Honestly, I was a little shocked at how low the fluid was on this being a fairly new car. I thought it was going to be close to the full mark, and then when I saw it, it was actually closer to the low mark. So it just goes to show that even on a newer car that doesn't have any problems or anything, that you still want to check that stuff every now and then. And it takes almost no time to do this. Of course, it takes me a little longer to film everything, but you could literally do this in less than 5 minutes, guys. So super simple. Alright, so now you can see it's pretty much right at the full mark there. And we got a nice clean fluid in there, the right type of fluid. Right there you can see 16 psi, FL22. So guys, this is super simple, easier than trying to change oil. FL22 fluid, and again, this is going to be for most every Mazda made in the past, 15 or so years. And again, here's the stats on the back there for you guys. And the ingredients, where we at? Come on, focus, there we go. All right, guys, see you next time.